All right, guys, why don't we just get into the meat and potatoes of Chapter 8, shall we? That's the Lewis structures. So, and this is essentially going to carry you over to Chapter 9. Chapter 9 is essentially a lot more in-depth work with Lewis structures. So, for this, I'm going to do two homework problems, number 32 and number 25. And we're going to go through slides 30 to 34 in the PowerPoint. So there are a set of steps that you do each time in order to write a Lewis structure. So the first step is absolutely going to be the easiest. You're going to get the number of valence electrons. So that's the first step. That's on slide 30. So that's our first step. So for PF3, how do we get the number of valence electrons? You pull out your your periodic table, and P is right here. It's in the fifth column of the main block elements. Remember, we don't count these transition elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So P has 5. How many does F have? Right? F's right here. It's in the seventh column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7, and there are 3 of them. So it's 5 plus 21, so we're looking at 26 electrons. Right on. Okay. So the thing is it tells you that you start with P in you start with the one that's in the center. It's usually pretty telling. If there are multiple of one and they're written off to the side, that's usually probably not going to be the one in the middle. It will be one ligand like sitting outside. So the next step after we've totaled it up is to, I call it drawing your skeleton. So we're going to draw our skeleton. So I decided that P is going to be in the center. We're going to have an F, and an F. Right? Our skeleton is essentially going to be the way it's connected. So you're showing its connectivity, and you show it with a single bond connected. So as of this moment, how many electrons have I represented in this structure? 2, 4, 6. I've only represented 6. I need to represent a total of 26. All right. So we're not even nearly there yet. So the next step is, how does the slides word it? Complete the octets to all atoms bound to the central atoms. So complete octets of the surrounding atoms. So the ones that are non-central. So this F already has how many electrons around it? 2. So then I would say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now that has 8 electrons around it. This F, as of now, only has 2 electrons around it because a bond is 2 electrons. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then lather, rinse, repeat. This F only has 2 electrons around it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to check in and see how many we have. 6, 6, 6, plus 2, 4, 6. We have 24 electrons drawn on here as of right now, right? So then the fourth step that they give us is place any leftover electrons. So extra electrons go on central atom. So I have 24 in my drawing right now. I need to have 26. 24, 25, 26. This is the Lewis structure for PF3. There is a fifth step where we have to check the formal charges. Right? So there's kind of like a fifth step, and it's where we The fifth step is where we may or may not add double bonds or so on and so forth. So this is where we may arrange electrons in order to get our double bonds. We're going to do formal charge in a different slide. I'm sorry, in a different video. This video is just to draw. So this one, just take my word for it, these are the correct formal charges. So for down here, next example, ICl2 plus. So I is in the 7th column, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cl is also in the 7th column as well, right? So 2 times Cl. Now here's the deal. We have a plus charge here. Does that mean I have one extra electron or I'm missing an electron? It means I'm missing an electron. So it's really, oh, sorry, I wrote Cl 2 times 7 and then minus 1. So we really have 7, so we really have 21 minus 1. So it's really 20. I need 20 electrons in my final drawing. So let's draw it out that way. So I have I is most likely going to be in my center, right, because Cl is written out to the side. So I is in my center, Cl, Cl. So there's my skeleton. So we just did step 2. Step 3, let's complete the octets of the surrounding atoms. So this Cl has 2 electrons around it, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 right here, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So how many electrons do I have in this structure? I have 8 plus 8, so 16. I need 20. So any extra electrons get added to the center. So I need to add 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Final step. If you have a charge, you have to represent it in the drawing. You have to put a bracket and put the charge of the structure. So you could either write CLI, CL, and you could put full brackets around it with the plus sign, or you could do what I do, because I just CL, right? I just kind of do the top little corner here for the, it's a little scrunched up there on the side, but I just kind of do the right corner and then put my charge. So I don't make the big brackets, especially when we have such a huge, you'll see when we get into polyatomic anions, we're going to have huge cation or anion molecules, and big brackets are just not going to cut it. So that is your down and dirty, how to draw Lewis structures. These 5 steps are on the slides. They start on slide 30. And as long as you follow the format, it's actually, they're pretty straightforward. So good luck.